Welcome. Joyful
Welcome.
healing. How about you tell us what's joyful healing?
Let's put this higher first.
Because I'll tell you, joyful healing is about joy. It's a much higher vibration, isn't it?
It's precisely that. It's to elevate our vibration, to trust the universe is a friend, to trust that natural health is our birthright, natural birthright. And when we trust, when we open to receive the joy, to receive, to live, to expand, healing naturally happens. I am reminding something. Excuse me, I only talk English with you once a week now. uh, uh, if someone puts you hot potatoes in your hands, it burns. So what do? You save them. Many people stays with their hot potatoes in thoughts. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that hurts. And if you chronically, usually stay with your hot potatoes and you think and overthink and overthink and overthink, it hurts and hurts and hurts. And then what happens? Naturally, it hurts even more. It becomes pain, disease, anything. So leave your hot potatoes or eat them.
Yeah. And one of those hot potatoes sometimes people like to hold on to is the conversations in the world that they're hot potatoes.
That you listen to, and sometimes you are not paying attention, but a part of your mind is, you know, yeah.
I can definitely, you know, I think one of the advantages for some people that I know like in big cities in Canada and the United States, they would play the news in the elevators, in the waiting rooms, wherever they were. And so everywhere you'd get in the elevator and there would be in the corner of the news, it would just play the news. And so the fact that they're in lockdown, they may have way more peace than when they were at work.
Oh, okay.
Because all these things were already there, right? Like other people are stressed out because they're in lockdown. but you know what I'm saying? It's different for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
You know what movie I saw last night?
No.
It's your favorite.
Oh, oh, I know. La 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 la.
Yes. Yep, and they escaped again.
And having the guts to go where their happiness is and their freedom.
Yes, they did. It was that's what I love. There's so much music in that Sound of Music, and how it just lights up that whole idea, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. Is if you hold on to hot potatoes, you get stress. But the Sound of Music was this music, movie about music coming into the home and bringing joy and love.
Joy, love.
Yeah.
It's law of attraction here. If you focus in something, you get it. So if if you focus on worries, you get worries, more worries. So relax, listen to some lovely music, some do what you think you love, read a book, but the book you love, not worries,
Right.
not something that will stress you more. I have a TV. I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I don't listen to the news, except because sometimes I have to listen because they are there, and
Yeah.
I listen. And I usually think, okay, if I listen to this, it's for me to send love and healing to that people, to that person.
Yeah.
No? So
Mhm.
if you are feeling worry, stress, something, don't listen to the news. If you are feeling good and wish to help someone, you can listen a bit and say, okay, I will send love to that situation. That's what I do, and it's good. There is people in several people like in several countries like India that usually get in the morning and send love to the whole world. That's a bit what we are doing here, not praying like this, but praying like this.
Right. Because that's what we're doing. We're moving all the energy as we're talking. We're sending through, moving it through our bodies. We're releasing it, and we're sending these vibes out everywhere in the world.
Yeah, we are sending love to our bodies and receiving love. We are open to receive
Yeah.
love and joy and to expand and to release and shower the world.
and and that's the idea. Women have been doing movements, right? We've been and dancing. Think of when I saw that again when they were dancing the Vienna waltz, right? And I thought again about how much music and art was so part of life. And in South America, in so many cultures, music was there, and you would dance, and whether even if you had the drum and that was all you had in native, you were just you were you were moving your body, and you didn't have to go to the gym.
And
you
we
know
have the drum in our hearts.
yeah, you can move anywhere, and you can release, and you can be in the lighthouse and sending the energy everywhere in the world, and realize that what you think might be reading on the internet or reading anywhere may or may not be happening here. The only experience you're actually having is reading what you're reading. And if what you're reading or what you're watching is making you feel like this,
Leave it.
change it.
Change it. Yes. And you can
Everybody dance now. Bum, 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 bum,
no.
bum.
Everybody dance. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, so you can be at your home alone. It doesn't matter. Here we are too. It doesn't matter. What matters is you are important. One is important. One can have joy and give joy to the world. And if you give joy to your world, to your body, it's amazing. It grows, it expands. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's like, do you remember when you used to turn around all the time as a child?
Let's be charmed.
And
Let's be
you'd spin
charmed.
and you'd spin and you'd spin. Maybe they did it because they just had to shake off energy. They had to spin around and fall down.
Yeah. And if you are like me, that is going bigger, bigger, it's so nice to move. To
Well, it's this idea that when we shake things up, right? When you turn around, when you do a handstand or a headstand, or you just bend over backwards, you change your
Yeah.
body's way of moving. You see things
Oh,
differently,
and
and
you eat, and
you
you
get,
get more energy.
and you
So
have to take things off. No,
yes, you can take things off. Release, release,
release,
release. Let's release.
release, release, release.
Oh, yesterday I was talking with a friend of mine, and I love her so much, but she was talking of her things that she has to get used with them because they are chronic, and I am trying to to talk a different talk with her.
Right.
You can change your mind, you can do something. And I noticed, I felt that her energy, like, stop, 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 I don't want to hear that. I wish to stay with my chronic things that I don't like.
Yes. And it's I'll speak for myself, right? I have found it in the past very challenging to let somebody be with their chronic stuff, because I'm like, why? It's much better over here. So I wanted to drag them. I wanted to pull it out. I wanted to say, get over here and you'll see it's so different and you'll be free. But I realized even I was like that at one point. I was resistant. I was like, stay away from me, because there has to be a time. Something has to choose in here there, even if it's a tiny voice. I remember a story actually that a woman, she was she had this chronic uh, oh, not like chronic fatigue, but worse. So she'd been almost like bedridden for 6 months.
Awful.
And she was an atheist. And she said her friend came along and gave her a pamphlet on spiritual healing, on the teaching of Bruno Gruning. And she said she lay there for another 6 months. And her friend had had the same condition. That's why her friend came along and said, look, this is what I did. And Annika said she lay there for another 6 months debating whether it was worth
or
it
not.
to believe if there could be a God or something of a higher power that could help her. And when she told me that floored me. Like, that opened my eyes to say, you could be in so much pain, but she was 6 months just to debate that before she could even open herself up to the idea. And now, thankfully, she's telling me the story because she's completely healed and, married and having a fulfilled, joyful life.
And everything was possible for her. Yay! Big news.
and
Well, yeah, continue.
and yeah, and we're jumping around like little kids, and we're almost 60 years old. Because we're young.
How strange. Uh-huh. We'll have to make a big party when we have 60.
Yes.
Because people don't know what we are talking about. That we are almost twins, just born in outside places of the world. Perhaps because you send energy to your half of the world, and me, I send the energy to my half of the world. But there are no frontiers, so.
Yes. It's like the bouncers, right? People get bouncers just to bounce and help their lymphatic system drain.
Yeah.
And they'll say they feel that the bouncer is what has helped them overcome their cancer because their system is drained. And you know what? You can bounce without a bouncer too, like I'm right now. I have no bouncer. It's called the
Yeah.
floor of my knees.
This is gym. We have a private gym here. My connection is unstable. Look, let's see. Oh,
Nope, I still see you. And unstable just means we're shaking things up. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
checking. I'll change the head.
You know, it's such a great way just to take this time just to loosen up, let go, and get free and realize everything in your heart. Just imagine right now, everything in your heart's desires, if they really can come true, like, does that open you up or does that scare you? And then if it scares you, that's your opportunity to look at what's scaring you, because look right around you. Right now you're safe. So what's scaring you? It's an old thought. It's an old pattern, or that's either projecting into the future, right? Or you're remembering something in the past, but right now you look around, you know you're safe. So let it go. You can just let it go.
It's like when I was a child, sometimes I have nightmares, and there was someone or something persecuting me, and I was running, and I would spend my whole night running, running away, running away, running away, until I understood that, okay, I can stop and turn around and watch it, face to it. And when I face to it, it vanishes. Poof, poof, it vanishes and disappears and goes away. So why did I spend hours running away from something that makes poof when I look at it?
So beautiful of an example. And when we face the fear, we realize it's a false expectation appearing real, and it does go poof. And what we're saying, if you've never had that experience, can seem, once you try it, once you do it with one tiny little thing and you see it's okay, you see you took a step forward and you're still okay, and then you take another step, you still might be feeling uh-oh, but as you keep stepping forward, you realize it's a whole other world. I mean, that's one of the things that why I have this 5-day experience that I'm offering on the calm centered trust your intuition, is to let people have a little experience in I do some mentoring calls with them so they can get the experience at a very ridiculous value, ridiculous price. It's a great value.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, but that's the idea, is when you have the experience, you change. Like when you, until you started to think, right? Allow yourself to think, why am I getting sick all the time? You were getting sick all the time.
Yes. I lived this for years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you said, we can start by small pieces, small steps. So don't use a big thing to change. Start with a little thing. Experience. Then you can. It's good. It's easier to go to other things, more important things. But start with something easier for you. If you are used to be like this, don't run a marathon in the day after. Just take a little step. It's easier.
Yeah. I met a gentleman yesterday, and he was saying he is a little younger than I am, and in age, however, in his
Mind, no.
state of his body, I would have thought he was 20 years older. And and he was saying he's doing some chair yoga with some older ladies for his issues. And he was kind of embarrassed to tell me, but he said he finally decided he had to do something.
Good.
And
Great.
that's when I said, awesome, I'll
Yeah.
applaud you. I'll celebrate you, because
Yeah.
that's making a step. And, and so we talked about opening yourself up to that possibility and more joy. And he felt better about that idea. And then he thought next time he saw me, and then he said he's thought about buying one of those like acupuncture machines for home.
Right.
And it's like, great.
Yeah. When I was sick, and I was very sick for a long time, I had, I don't know, immense diseases, one and then other, and then other, and then other. And it was not natural. And medicine wouldn't give me the answer I would like to, because it was not natural to have so many diseases, and I get rid of one and I get another, and worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And sometimes, and you are the doctor, you know how to treat yourself, but no one knows how to treat yourself, because you are treating symptoms, but you have to go deeper and do other things.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what to do. And I was a scientist, so I only believed what the book said.
Right.
So if it didn't work, I had to die and suffer or just live. So what did I do? I looked for answers. I went to different consultations from my colleagues, and I did what they told me, but it wasn't enough. So I kept working, and I kept working my health, um, looking for answers. And I tried a lot of things that I wouldn't try uh, before. No way, I would say, no way, I don't go there. But I was not becoming better, so I had to try. And I felt like a little ant drowning in a swamp or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you send her a little something, the ant will go and try to climb. So I was like that. I was drowning.
Mm-hmm.
So I got what happened, what came here to me. I would follow and see, will this make me good? Okay, if it takes me away from where I am, I'll try. I'll see. I don't understand what it is. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I will see. And then some things, I would see people getting much better with it, and I didn't. I was not better. But some other things, somehow, I kept climbing a bit, one step, a little step, another little step, another little step. And now I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm stronger to help other people. Because when I was down, I couldn't help myself. So how could I help others? Now it's like this. And then we understand we don't need help. We just may decide to receive
Yeah.
our glorious health and life and whatever.
That it's so true. It is such a journey, right? And you get to that point, and we're like shouting in the mountaintop going, health is just there. It's just joyful. It's just, wake up, everybody.
Yeah.
And yet even the emotions and everything that we experience going through, for me, it was like 7 years of going to get diagnosed and trying to figure out what was going on with me, because when it's not just a one test or one thing, it's the doctor has a very difficult time, you know, including the mind in the process of the body. Because in North America, you got to go to one doctor for your head and the other for your shoulders down.
Right.
and and Western medicine, and so the same thing, long journey, and then getting to that point of saying, oh, it's risky, but what's more risky, staying the way I'm feeling, or is it more risky? That is the more risk. That had to become the bigger risk, that my life was only ever going to be like that. From, I was 28 when I made that decision, right? And so we know what it's like. We aren't just bopping around going, woohoo, woohoo, just go for it. We're cheerleading. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've struggled. We've experienced so many things, and we're wanting to share with you to make your journey shorter, so you can hear your inner GPS more clearly when it's beeping and saying beep 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 beep, you're going, turn right, go back in course, rerouting, that you hear it and you trust it and go, I'm going to be safe, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to try some joyful healing, I'm going to dance, I'm going to paint, I'm going to run outside, I'm going to do cartwheels, I'm going to walk on the beach, you're going to sit quietly, you're going to race cars, you're going to build Lego, whatever it is you need to do that makes you happy, you have the power.
You have the power. Yes. And the doctors haven't. Because they can heal you from one disease, but if you have something inside of you that wishes to be sick, and you cannot, and maybe usually you are not conscious about it. It's your subconscious part. A part of you wishes to be well, but another part of you, bigger part of you, doesn't wish it because it has afraid to change. It has afraid of different ways to live. That part won't take you away from your disease, and the doctor heals you from that. But you, that part of you that doesn't want to be healed, finds another way of being sick. It is like that. It is like that. So listen to yourself. Talk with yourself. Make peace with your different parts. And I talk to myself. I had to radically change my personality. My some people would say you cannot change your personality, but my way of thinking. I was a scientist. Now I am a scientist a bit, but
Yeah.
I trust my gut. I trust my instinct. I trust my inner inner wisdom
Yeah.
because it's different for each of us.
Mm.
And what is good for one person may be not so good for the other person because we all are different and have different needs. And who knows about our needs? We we do if you listen to our needs
Yeah.
to ourselves.
Listen. That's what if we each, like, as I listened, I'll just speak for me, right? When I listened and I got, like, for me, it was the poem. I prayed and meditated 1 weekend. Please, this can't be it. Like, I'm so tired of doing this. Give me the answer. And it was trusting your intuition and be like a child, and fulfillment is your discovery. And I now look back and I realize this poem, still written in 1991, is still current today because it's all about trust. And it was my moment to say, okay, enough of what's normal. Put me on a plane, let me go to Africa, let me go to Nairobi, let me go someplace I desired, and we'll go open-ended. none of this 6 weeks leave, 2 weeks vacation, nothing. It was like, close the door. Normal's done. Now I'm on to experience, right? And there is where I started to relax and realize, I started to perceive people differently. I started to experience things. And then I had to come back. Like that was sort of my lockdown for 4 months, in the same idea that people have had in 2020, a total change of things. And then I came back and I had to integrate this, what I had learned into it. And could I go back to old habits? No. Some was, I was doing a dance. Habit, new, habit, new, habit, new, mind, heart, right? And you do this dance because that's part of the breakdown. You have to look at it and go, do I still like this? Do I still want this? No, I want new, I want joy, I want happiness, I want freedom. Do I want to be locked down? Do I want to feel controlled? No, I want freedom. And then poof, I was free. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last, right? And that comes from in here and through your whole body, that each of us, when we decide, like Mena was saying, you have health, you're up here, you realize nobody's going to give you your health. There's nothing people can help, but ultimately you realize it's all in here, that you are the master at your own health.
It is you that push the buttons and open the doors, if you wish. So, do you really wish? Or you are saying you wish, but you wish nothing, to do nothing. That daughter or that something will have to heal you, because you wish to do nothing except to take some pills or or something. So it's your responsibility. And we are not saying do like me or do like Jacqueline. No, find your own way. Open yourself. Open yourself. What do I need? What would make me happier today? Things like that. You wake up in the morning, for instance, and give a big hug to yourself. Love yourself. You deserve it. And then ask, what would make you happier today? And do it. Oh, you cannot do it. You would be happier if you go to Himalayas and you can't. Imagine, feel that you are in your living room and you are at the Himalayas and you are realizing your dreams. Feel it, because when you feel it, your body senses your happiness, your joy, your I did it, and it becomes happier.
Yeah.
And it wishes to live.
And that's the power of imagination. Science is showing, experiment after experiment, that the brain, when you imagine, works in the same sense as if it's real. And that's why these kids that play video games and the parents go, oh, I can see their personality changing when they're in the game and they're shooting everybody because that's what they're experiencing. At the same time, you can experience Shangri-La. You can experience the great thing about experiencing the Himalayas is if there's a sudden snowstorm, you're calm because you're in the house and you're actually.
It's cheaper. It's quicker. It's safer.
There's an I don't know, it was done in the 70s, I think. It was maybe the 80s, but it was a basketball players in the United States. And it was one of the first ones they did. And they had some basketball players just visualize their free throws, right? Up. And then they had them visualize them, and the others went and practiced every day at the free throw line, right? And the ones that visualized, I think, actually sunk more free throws when they went to play the game.
Yeah.
And I know I remember, well, oh yeah, I had this flashback. So I was married to a golf professional previously, and I went through all his videotapes back then when you had the big VCR, and I edited and recorded all the shots when all the major tournaments, when they sunk and the putt went in, when they hit the drive and it landed perfectly. And I snapped and because he knew at that point golf was it's in here. You think about where you want the shot to go, you visualize it. The amateur golfer will get up there and they'll think, okay, oh, look at how close the woods are. Look at the sand traps over there. Oh gosh, the river's there. And they think of the obstacles.
Yeah.
And then they end up in the obstacles. And that's the perfect metaphor for what people generally do about their health. They get a little pain, and instead of thinking that pain could be even a healing pain or a helping pain, immediately they go, oh, uh-oh. And they focus on what is the pain and the struggle, and they cough. Like just nowadays, a cough is a cough. Now a cough is so each of us is the one that puts the meaning into what we're experiencing, and then that becomes our reality. And so if we use again back to the kids that have grown up playing video games, I think their message would really be, hey mom, dad, world, wake up, you're in a video game. You have forgotten that you can have fun too. And I'm actually having fun playing this video game. I'm having fun. I can't go out and shoot anybody regularly, so playing shooting is okay, right? And you can play joy, you can play frustration, you can play pain, you can play agony, you can play happiness, you can play in between. You're the actor, you're the center of the whole experience. Choose what you wish to be.
At rest, if you wish. Hmm. You can breathe and know that the air has oxygen and has healing and love for all your body. So breathe and caress yourself with that lovely air that is free and it's here for you. Take what you wish from it. Feel the love, feel the healing, the peace, whatever you wish to feel. Receive, opening to receive. It's so easy. It can be so easy. Allow, allow. May I allow good things for me? Yes, I deserve. Like the light at your face, Jacqueline. The light rays at your face, and you receiving.
Yeah.
So easy like this to make a break and break the pattern of worry and breathe and receive something good that is here for you right now, whenever you wish. Hmm.
Life
You
is
have the
working for
power.
we have the power, and life is working for us. Life wants us to relax and to enjoy our life. Like that's what we're here to do, is to play, to be like a child, to have the awe. So give yourself permission and just, oh, right? It's okay. It's okay. I know I have a girlfriend, she's 10 years older than me, and she was saying that's the biggest one for her. She's had so much healing and so much growth, but she still realized how following the rules was so trained in her from a child. She grew up in that children are seen and not heard. Just, parent says jump, you jump. And so she can feel this, and breaking the pattern going on in her now. She's noticing it. She never noticed it before. Now she's really seeing, how her body gets tight when she says, oh, that seems to be going against what I want or what I feel true, but yet I can feel inside me that it's like, it's going to happen if you do something. And so breaking the pattern is what Mena said. And you can do it. You can love yourself in the process, because every parent, like when they had that baby, when the baby first came, it was sheer perfection, and how that creation came out of each of us, right, Mena? Like you
go, that's a miracle.
Wow. And then somehow we handed it over and we said, okay, let's take it out of the miracle little by little. And we're putting it back, the miracle back in.
Yeah.
Just love yourself. Just hug yourself.
And the kids do that. The little kids, they love themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They know everything is for them. The world is for them.
Yeah.
That's why they ask whatever they wish, and they expect to receive it. And then we, the adults that know everything, tell them you cannot have that. You have to. We don't say that. It's
right.
Natural to suffer because you have to work. Things are hard. And that little innocent child believes us.
Right.
She thinks we know more.
Yeah.
And she gets turning more and more as we are. So many inherited things are not inherited except here in our memories. And this girlfriend of yours has almost 70, and finally she woke up
Yeah.
and saw she can change it. She can choose new meanings for life, for her things, and she can choose new ways of living, happier.
Yeah. And I want you all to know, she never went back to do her inner child work or to feel her pain or anything like that. That she actually took the time to go see someone and dig the hole. Okay. Because we've done that, and that was sort of the past way you definitely had to do it. Now it's a new operating system, because the heart overrides the mind. So when you start to open this up, you realize when a thought shows up that says, the heart is pouring out saying it's okay. So she did it. What opened her up was simply taking in the gaze of Brazzo. She would gaze. He does 13 gazes a day, almost every day since this year started, and online. And so she would get all her stuff done in the morning, and she would just sit there and take in the energy. And as she took in the energy, it's like your heart, you get stronger, and you start to notice your thoughts more clearly, and you go, well, that doesn't serve me. Why would I think that one? And she's noticed changes in herself. And then from the changes in herself, she's noticed changes in her husband. And even her extended family, and everything is working out better and better and better because her sense of center has changed her perception of how everybody's operating.
Yeah. Be the change you want to see in the world. Everything
Hey,
starts.
Gandhi said that, didn't he? No,
What? What?
Gandhi said that. Be the
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. And one Dyer said something similar. So everything starts by me. I
Yeah.
change. So my energy changes. I interact differently and I attract different things. So my world around me starts changing for the better.
For the better. And as I look out here today on this beautiful ocean that is between Mena and I have a lovely little white sprinkling all over. And that it's just, it's this, that sense of, oh, the world got covered today with a little white blanket. and and that's my experience. And now I can go, oh, isn't that lovely? Or I can go, oh, isn't that cold? Right? And that would start my experience. I go, oh, another day, another experience. So
Magic.
glad. I know. And I'm so glad I spent so much time outside yesterday and the day before walking the beach because it was so beautiful. And whether this stays this way or it gets warmer, you know what I'm saying? It's all about being present. And when you're present, you always get more gifts, more.
And we here have to pay if we wish to see the snow. We have to pay to travel and to go to see the snow. And it's magical. It's a party. It's a party. I saw snow for the first time. I had 20 years, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh,
Well, it, and music is one of those, if you just play what you like to play, right? At least get you moving. And then you might notice that you change to something more gradual as you might, you may not, but some different vibes of music have different purposes. And women have been moving their hips, right, as belly dancers, hula hoopers, hula dancers, telling stories with their body all along. And you can do it. Just really, really just love yourself. Give yourself permission to enjoy your life, to feel the awe, to just feel so great that this was all created just for you. Just for you. Like, wow, I wake up and I go, wow, my canvas has already been painted, this lovely picture for me to begin the day.
and it changes every day for you.
It does. And if you ever doubt that, just start to follow the sun. The sun moves every single day. Like here, I can see the sun has gone right across the bridge. It's so interesting to see it and then it'll start back across the bridge because the bridge is out in to me, it's still kind of how the earth shifts or goes that way. But it's like the sun used to be like almost to my left directly if I was looking face forward. And then now it's almost gone 90 degrees, almost at 12 o'clock in front of me. That's how much it has shifted, moving from June 21st to December 21st. Amazing. And watching Jupiter and Saturn, these 6 months, I've been watching them. I could always see Saturn, but Saturn was far away from Jupiter, right? Like compared to now. And every day, that the sky was clear at night, you could just see it approaching, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer.
And it's so good. I know almost nothing of astrology, but I know this year we'll have the Star of Bethlehem, the Star of Christmas, the Christmas star that is Jupiter and both of the planets coming together and shining together just for you. That's a miracle. Enjoy the miracles. There are lots of miracles that are coming for you. Lots of miracles that are happening to you and for you now.
Yeah.
Now.
And
Expect miracles.
and just look up at the sky tonight if you can. Even there's meteor showers. That's what they tell us. Maybe those aren't meteor showers. Maybe those are all your blessings coming. Choom, choom, choom. Answers coming that you've never experienced. Choom, choom, choom. There's always more that you don't know that you don't know. Infinite possibilities. Infinite, infinite, infinite.
Yeah.
Billions and billions and billions of possibilities. We are all unique and different. Enjoy your life.
And you can imagine, you can accept in your reality. You do your reality, you know? So you can decide, okay, showers of blessings for me, coming to me, coming to me every day and every night, every way, in all ways. Thousands, myriads of blessings coming to me. And I'm here, beautiful receiving, beautifully receiving. Ah, la, 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 la. That's my music, but you can have another music. If you feel sad, okay, listen to another music. But then you get easier. Your hot potatoes, you can send them away one by one, and you get easier and easier until you fly. Hmm. Don't you feel better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Experience
and
all
just
of this.
opening, right? Just stretching and opening your heart, right? Opening. It just allows your body to experience this beautiful day that's been presented for you, this beautiful life that's been presented for you. Notice the beauty, notice the grace, acknowledge, appreciate, be grateful, love yourself, love others, send love out into the world. Be the lighthouse that health is permanent when it comes from within, naturally.
Hmm. And these movements, all these movements, are gifts you are giving yourself, your body. Sometimes, many times, you may be drowned in your problem, and you wish to get away from the situation and wish to get away from your body. And these movements take your spirit in your body, and that's important because you are living a earthly experience, an embodied experience. So it's good for you to bring yourself to your body
Mhm.
and be with it and feel it and move it, circulate your blood and circulate your blessings. Hmm. Because it's like that. If we don't like our body, if we make our body unhappy, no, he wants to go away. And he finds a way to go away. What is pain? Pain is a sign. Is your body talking to you and saying and telling you something it's not right? And it's good for you if you change it. What is it? Maybe you don't know. Yes, just try. Try. Look. inside. Ask, and the answers will come. You ask, and you'll receive. As soon as you are ready to receive.
I was just going to say, and sometimes a pain, as like in a child, we say it's a growing pain. And, you know, we say they're growing because that's their pain. Their legs are getting, their body's growing. And you can have growing pains. And it's like the old stuff is coming out, right? So it can feel like discomfort or a pain as you're releasing. It's very common when you're releasing, right? Because that's why we sneeze and we cough. Our body, we exhale, right? Breathe, exhale. So when you've been holding such awfulness in your body, your lymph system, etc., is designed to release it. Sometimes your body has diarrhea or throws up because it's releasing that energy the pattern. I've had physical experiments like that when I released judgment, this big judgment I had, and I threw up and had diarrhea for 24 hours. And then that sense of judgment of others just was gone.
It was a mental diarrhea.
Yeah. Right? And that's it. So when Mena's saying to listen to your body is got different messages. Just because you have a pain that you might have had the same way before doesn't mean it's the same pain. Every day is different. And as you're moving towards opening to your heart, and you're going to notice that things are just going to be let go, and you're going to get more joy, and you're going to let go of pain, and you're going to get more joy, and you're going to let more suffering and get more joy. Life is working for you. Joyful healing is what it's about. Open and train yourself into stepping into following what you're guided to do, and you'll have complete freedom. You'll be like, I was watching Julie Andrews and The Sound of Music, and her freedom to just be was I saw the movie entirely different last night. It was different, and it was great. So may you all today take all that beautiful stuff in.
And leave you with a question. What am I willing to release today?
Mm. It's a perfect way to finish off. We're going to let you be with that. We're going to hold that space. You just be with that. What are you willing to release today? And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Lots of love.